In our class this year, you will have the opportunity to learn how to read. Mrs. Turner loves to read. Those books are going to take you to places you're going to get to visit and learn about exciting things. You know, I've already told you my favorite book to read. That book is the Bible. It's the best book, and I'm teaching you to read this year so that you can read God's Word for yourself. Do you like books? Listen to my poem. It goes like this. I like books. I like books. I want to learn to read them. I'm learning all my letters now because I know I'll need them. Why don't you try that with me? We're going to start with the title. I like books. Begin. I like books. I like books. I want to learn to read them. I'm learning all my letters now because I know I'll need them. And you will need these books. In our classroom, we have so many children and friends, and we're going to get to learn all about our friends this year. On our papers, you're going to see friends on your papers. You're going to see animals. We're going to have so much fun learning this year. Maybe you already know the alphabet. You might think, Mrs. Turner, I know it. Students watching, you might think I already know it, and that's great. If you know it, say those letters with me. We're going to start with the letter A. Begin.
A, B, C, D, E.
Oh, he stopped. Make sure that your eyes are always watching.
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N.
Oh, you did great that time. Thank you so much for stopping with me.
O, P, Q, R, S, T.
Good watching eyes. Give yourself a pat on the back. Put those pats back in your lap.
U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Those are letters that will help us this year as we learn to read. Now, I am thinking about an animal. And I'm wondering, maybe you could help Mrs. Turner remember. What does a dog say? Exactly right. What does a cow say?
Moo.
You're right, a cow says moo. Maybe you could say the sound 3 times with me. What does a duck say?
Quack, quack, quack.
Right away. I love the way you obeyed and did that, Carson. I love the way your eyes are on me. Today, we are going to learn, a very special letter. But before I show him to you, I brought a special friend today. And do you see? He has very, very big eyes. You might think, Mrs. Turner, why does your special friend have big eyes? Oh, he is going to help me see which friends have their eyes on their teacher. Are you working hard today? Students watching? Are you saying things with us? Are you giving God your best? That's what I want you to do. That's what God wants you to do. But this little friend, he's going to help me. You see, I made one of these for each of you. And I want you to come get it, but you have to be doing what you're supposed to be doing to get it. And this little friend here, he's going to help me see so that I do not miss you. I want you to look right here at this card. This is a what?
A pig.
A pig says 3 times.
Oink, oink, oink.
There's something special on the back of this card. Are you ready to see it? This right here is capital I. Say hello, capital I.
Hello, capital I.
Capital I is so fun. He is a tall man, little hat, little shoes. Listen again. Capital I is a tall man, little hat, little shoes. This is capital I. Let's have a little bit of fun. I'm going to say it a fun way, and when I'm finished, I'm going to go like this, and I want you to say it. Capital I, hoo!
Capital I, who?
Good. Capital I, yay!
Capital I, yay!
Capital I, yeehaw!
Capital I, yeehaw!
Watch on the chalkboard. Capital I, he is a tall man, little hat, little shoes. That is capital I. What is his name?
Capital I.
He is a tall
Man, little hat, little
Little shoes. This is capital I. What is he? Capital I. Girls, what is his name? Capital I. Students watching, what is his name?
Capital I.
Well, students in our classroom, thank you for answering, but we're going to let students watching be able to answer that question as well. So we'll try it again. Make sure that you're quiet while students watching get the opportunity to answer. Students watching, what is his name?
Capital I.
Right, when Mrs. Turner says students watching, we're going to let our friends that are watching say that. But this is capital I. What is this, boys?
Capital I.
It is capital I. He is a tall man, little hat, little shoes. Now, capital I is when he is very big, but sometimes he is not so big. Sometimes he is small. I'm going to put capital I here for just a moment, and I'm going to take this little chick right here. Maybe he says tweet, tweet, tweet. Say it 3 times.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Oh, but on the back of this card, it's not capital I, and it's not very big. I wonder what's on the back. Are you ready to see? Students watching, are you ready? This is the little I. Say hello, little I.
Hello, little I.
This is little I. He's not so big. He's a short man with a hat. Maybe his hat blew away in the wind. Short man with a hat. What is he? A
Short man with a hat.
This is little I. Say little I. Hooah.
Little I. Ooh.
Little I. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Little I. Yay.
Little I. Yay.
Holly, thank you so much. I love the way you're participating with us. Oh, I hope all of our friends will follow that good example. So this is little I. He's not so big. Little I is a short man with a dot. He's a short man with a
Dot.
Short man with a dot. Now, my eyes have been watching, and I need one of our friends. They're going to get to come up here, and I'm going to give them a special caterpillar. You may think, Mrs. Turner, why do they get that special caterpillar? I caught them giving God their best. Students watching, are you giving God your best? I would like for you, Cadence, to come to the front. Oh, I love your hard work. I'm going to let my friend, this caterpillar, he's going to go and sit with you for a few minutes. Thank you so much for working hard. You can go back to your seat now. Oh, I love when our friends in our classroom work hard. So this is little I. Little I. Now I'm going to take capital I and little I, and I want to trick you. Are you ready? You tell me if it is capital I or little I.
Capital I.
Good.
Little I.
You did it.
Capital I.
Love it.
Capital I.
Oh, I was trying to trick you. Make sure that you're watching. This is for the girls.
Little I.
Good. This is for my boys.
Capital I.
This is only for students that are watching, so you friends can stay quiet for just a second. Students watching. Students watching, did you say capital I? Oh, I hope you did. I would like table 3 to stand. Table 3.
Capital I.
Way to go. Table number 2.
Little I.
Table 2, stand. Kai, join us. This is what?
Little.
It's little I. Have a seat. We're going to try that one more time. Table 2, stand. What is his name?
Little I.
Thank you, Lincoln. Table 1. What is his name? Stand.
Little I.
Thank you, Sky. You were the first friend that was able to get it. So we have capital I and little I. Do you know that every letter makes a sound? And today we're going to be able to say that sound some fun ways. I brought a little friend to school. His name is Itchy Inchworm. Say hi, Itchy Inchworm.
Hi, Itchy Inchworm.
He is so special. He is going to help us to remember what our letter I says. This is Itchy Inchworm. And in just a minute, you're going to learn something so special about him. I want you to look right here. We have capital I Remember, tall man, little hat, little shoes. We have little I. He is a short man with a dot. His hat blew away in the wind. Capital I and little I. Listen to my sentence. It's so important. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. Say it. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. I want you to listen to Mrs. Turner. I'm going to say it this time. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. Boys, stand. Say it with me. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. Girls, stand. Say it with me. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. Class, stand together. Students watching, join us. Begin. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. You may be seated. Now, I like to say this fun. I like to say it fun ways. You know, we're a team. Students watching, students in our classroom, we're a team, and we're going to work together this year. And the way we work together, we're a team. We're going to have lots and lots of fun. So I'm going to show it to you a fun way, and then we're going to stand and say it that way. Are you ready? We're going to say it like a football player, and it goes just like this. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. Now it's your turn. Class, stand. Students watching, make sure you're joining us. Begin. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. Now, stay standing. We're going to say it like a cowboy, and we're going to pretend that we're riding a horse, and at the end we get to say yee-haw. Try it with me. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. Yee-haw. Fantastic. You may be seated. Table 1, stand. Tell me the sentence.
I says it as an inchworm. I says it.
Table 2, stand. Students watching, join them. Stand, table 2. Kai, join us. Tessa. Table 2, you may be seated. Table 2, let's try that one more time. I'm sure you can do it. Table 2, stand. Begin. I says it as an inchworm. I says it. Thank you. Be seated. Table 3, stand. Safa, that was quick. I love your hard work. Begin.
I says it as an inchworm. I says it.
Class, stand together. Oh, Jalen, that was fast obedience. Begin.
I says it as an inchworm. I says it.
Thank you. Please be seated. Now that I, he's so special. Remember I told you about itchy inchworm? I get to tell you a poem. It goes like this. You bump and you bump as you crawl across the ground. I giggle as you wiggle and you wriggle all around. I like to watch you pinch, then you stretch and squirm. You're a funny little caterpillar, itchy inchworm. Do you think you could try it? Get itchy inchworm on your finger. Begin. You bump and you bump as you crawl across the ground. I giggle as you wiggle and you wriggle all around. I like to watch you pinch, then you stretch and squirm. You're a funny little caterpillar, itchy inchworm. Now, today we get to do something so special. We're going to do a very special paper in our classroom. So I want you to listen very carefully. When you get that paper, you're going to follow Mrs. Turner's directions step by step. Students watching, your on-site teacher will give you further directions that they would like for you to follow during our lesson. Boys and girls, I want you to listen very carefully. Follow my directions step by step. Class, stand. Love it. Boys and girls, go stand behind your chair. Stand right behind your chair. Jalen, you have it. I want you to quietly turn your chairs and put your tummy to the table. While you are doing that, have a seat. Make sure that your feet are on the floor. Your hands are folded on top of your table. That is quick obedience. It's okay. Let's go ahead and move you over here. And we're going to move you over just a little bit and you will get in. When you take your paper, seat number 1, you're going to take your paper from the top and then you're going to pass your paper. So you take it from the top and pass it to Micah. Micah will take it and pass it to Sky. So you give all of the papers to Micah. Micah, take your paper from the top and pass it to Sky. Sky, take your paper from the top and pass all of the papers across to Carson. Callie, you may take your paper from the top. Oh, I love it. And just fold your hands on top of your paper. It's very important. So you're going to take your paper from the top and you're going to slide all of the papers to Kai. Kai, take your paper from the top. Cadence, go ahead. Take your paper from the top. And then you're going to slide those papers to Carter. You'll notice that on your table, you have 2 smiley faces. I want you to line your paper up on those smiley faces. Thank you, Kylie, for helping with that. I appreciate it. Make it a happy paper. In our class this year, you get to have a happy paper. Listen carefully. Inside of your desk, you have a basket. Inside of your desk, there's a basket. Reach into your desk and take out your crayon box from out of your basket. Put that crayon box on your name tag. It's okay, you can use it. Take it out and put it on your name tag. Just your crayon box. You can put your basket back inside of your desk. Just your crayon box. I love the way your ears listened. Thank you so much. Put your eyes on Mrs. Turner. When you color, there's something special I want to tell you about your crayons. When you come to school, you get to wear clothes. These clothes are so important. You get to wear clothes. I would like for you to look at this crayon. This is my brown crayon. I'm never going to take the clothes off of my crayon. I'm going to hold it at the bottom. Tommy Thumb and Peter Pointer pinch it. It's going to rest on Toby Tall Man. But I would like for you to carefully slide it open just a little bit. You're going to take out your red crayon. You're going to take out your red crayon. And we're going to color capital I and little I. We're going to color it red. Watch Mrs. Turner. I'm going to pinch it at the squiggly line at the bottom of the crayon. And I'm going to hold it. Tommy Thumb and Peter Pointer pinch it. Look this way. When I color, I'm going to color up and down in one direction. And I'm going to color gently. I'm going to make sure that my point is gentle. You may begin coloring. Oh, I love the way that you're coloring up and down or side to side in one direction. Boys and girls, listen carefully. We're going to come back and finish this. Quietly turn your paper to the back. Turn your paper to the back. And I want you to hold your crayon. Turn your paper to the back. We're going to come back to the front, but I want you to turn your paper to the back. Let's look at the back of our paper. Boys and girls, look this way. On the back of your paper, the direction says, fill in the bubble under each letter that begins with I. Look at the first circle. That's an inchworm. Do you hear I in inchworm? You can fill in that little bubble below the inchworm. Let's go to the next green picture. I have an egg. Do you hear I at the beginning of egg? You don't. I'm glad you shook your head. We're not going to do anything. Go to the next row, to the yellow circle. I have a dog. Do you hear I at the beginning of dog? You don't. We're not going to fill in that. Look right here. That is called an insect. Do you hear I at the beginning of insect? Yes, you do. Fill in the bubble below the insect. Boys and girls, let's go to the next row. Go to the first picture, the green circle. That is an igloo. Do you hear I in igloo? Students watching, did you hear I? Wonderful. Let's fill in that bubble below the igloo. Take us to the infant. Go to the infant. Do you hear I in infant. Shake your head yes if you do. Good. Students watching, are you shaking your head yes? You do hear I in infant. We're going to fill in that bubble. Go to the bottom row to the first pink circle. I have an umbrella. Do you hear I in umbrella? No, you don't. So we're going to leave that blank. Go to the last one. Do you see those instruments? Boys and girls, do you hear I in instruments? Yes, you do. Let's go ahead and fill in that bubble below the instruments. We learned so many things today, especially that I says I as an inchworm. In our next lesson, we're going to review that.